Hi guys, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming, and today we're taking a, well, not a look, but another look at New World. That's right, the Amazon Games produced MMO that was, it launched to huge numbers, but due to server issues and various other things, soon fell off. Well, it turns out they didn't just give up on it like we all assumed they would, and actually fixed a load of stuff. So, as I had 2 weeks off and there were no games coming out that I was particularly interested in, I decided perhaps looking back at New World again would be a good idea. Seeing as I own it, I thought, just download it, give it a play, why not? And to be fair, I'm really happy that I did. I'm having a good time with it. Now, is it perfect? No, it's not. A lot of the problems I had with it in the first one have been fixed, but there are some that are still persistent. So, just to give you an overview, New World is an action MMO with action combat, so it's not like tab targeting. It is literally left and right clicking. It's been ported to consoles. They got a version out in October of last year, and the PC version got a big update at that point as well. And to be fair, it is really well populated at the moment, at least the server I'm playing on. There's people all over the damn place. It's rare that you'll be doing a quest and there won't be someone else there as well. And that is probably a direct result of the console release. So it's doing well from that standpoint. I don't think the Steam numbers are spectacular. Certainly nothing like they were sort of at launch, which I believe got up to about 900,000. So there is that. They have improved it really well, though. From what I can tell, having gone back through, is they improved the single player aspect first, and then now are starting to transition to improving the multiplayer, like PvP, end game stuff, you know, the stuff that the hardcores like, rather than just me who wants to do the story. The story is quite different in the fact that there's a lot more voice acting, a lot more cutscenes coming in. It's not just text box after text box, and they've had the good sense to introduce a Irish red-headed pirate captain with boobs. So, you know, that's an instant improvement in my book. A lot of the zones have received a makeover, so they look different. I find there's less of a where the fuck do I go element to it now. There are still issues I have with it, in the fact that, yes, they've introduced mounts, which is a big complaint I have because of like the distances you have to go sometimes. Unfortunately, they've decided to gate it behind a £25 DLC, Rise of the Angry Earth, I think it's called. That's a bit shitty. You could have just thrown in like, have a standard horse into the main game, and then done like the wolves and lions and shit in the expansion. Not sure what, that seems a bit unfair, to be honest. I'm not on board with that. At least that, I mean, I got a notification about the quest and a tutorial. I said, there's a tutorial you could view for doing your mount quest. I'm like, oh, cool. I'll do that. I'll have a look at that later. I'm going to look for it. Couldn't find it in my quest log. There's a section for mount quests, but it's not in there. I was like, what the fuck? So I went into the mount section, and it was marked with like, yes, you need the DLC for this. Okay then, great. You know, if I carry on playing it, I mean, I said I carry on playing the first time, and I really didn't very much. So after I did that first video, I was about 3 years ago now, something like that, 3-4 years. I mean, I've rewatched it for this video because, like, obviously I'm not playing the vanilla version of New World anymore. I'm playing New World Aeternum, so it is different. So I did go back and watch it and get my points from that, because I forgot entirely it was bricking graphics cards at the time, and I actually played it with my power level on my graphics card sort of pegged at 70%. So yeah, it doesn't do that anymore apparently. So I think what was going on there, if memory serves, is that there were no frame limits on the menu screens. So if you had a graphics card, it was an EVGA one, it would basically go bonkers and draw over its recommended power draw and fry itself, because there was something on the card that wasn't working either. So it's there was a big old pile of shit. But apparently it wasn't just that card that was affected, it was a few others as well. So obviously it's something that was easily missed in a BIOS, because most software designers expect you, or hardware designers expect you to code properly, I guess. But anyway, Amazon introduced Armor Cap, and EVGA replaced a load of cards for free. So I guess like everyone won except for EVGA. So sadness abounds for them, I guess. All right. Anyway, so I am seriously enjoying it. As I said, it's not perfect. There are still things like having to run large distances without having to pay the £25 is a bit of a fucker. You can get up cliffs most of the time. It seems to be very sort of on and off as to how, though, because you can kind of like jump up a cliff, or sometimes you'll be able to grab onto the handhold and mantle up, but you're never really sure which one it's going to be until you do it. It's very much like that. I think it's because it's trying to give you the facility to get up it, and it's just doing it in the best way it can out of the two systems it actually has. It's kind of weird. You still have basically the classes are designed by their weapons, so you may go in and say, oh, and this, and it will just affect certain stats as you start, but really where you define what you are in the game is when you do your weapons. So you can equip 2 weapons at a time. Whichever weapon you're killing things with gets the bulk of the XP, and whatever weapon is in your second slot will get a little bit. So if you want to try out a weapon, but like think, oh shit, if I pull this underpowered piece of shit out right now, I'm going to get murdered. You can just pop it in your second slot, do your jabbing with your first slot, and then, when it's powered up enough, you can bring that bad boy out. One of the nice things about it is it does show you the weapon types on... what's the term I'm thinking of? On this screen. When you upgrade your stats, it actually shows you pictures of all the weapons that are affected by each stat. So that's really nice. Big thumbs up for me. Especially as I like this and I like this. Oh shit, there are different stat lines. Bollocks. But the stats themselves do give you diminishing returns the higher you get. So there will come a point where you're like, well, it's not really worth putting into like strength, like for the 300th point or whatever, when it's going to get me a minuscule amount of damage increase. Whereas I can put it in like agility and get my spear really leveled up, or at least a good chunk of leveling up done. So it does work out anyway. This aesthetic, it's starting to grow on me, to be honest. I mean, I didn't like it when I originally played it, so because it's very sort of conquistador, piratey sort of thing, and I don't really think a lot of that lends itself well to armor, because you will get like armor that's like cloth, right? So you will get a shirt or something like that, and it will have better stats than a plate armor, and it's like, I don't get it. So it's not like a fantasy one where it's just like, oh, I've got plate armor, but here's some better plate armor and it's better. No, it's like I need to check it, because like even though the item level is higher on this, the armor stats are different. What better boost it gives you stats is different. It's like I swapped out my armor. I'm like, oh, that's better armor. I'll put that one on. And I looked at my strength. It was like down 10 points. I was like, oh, for fuck. And I'm using a strength-based weapon, so I was like, oh, I'm crying out loud. But, that's my fault for not properly sort of appreciating it. You do get used to shit like that. What I have been failing to get used to is the fact that the hotkeys for your various abilities are like around WSAD, so it's like QRF. I keep pressing 1, 2, and 3, which is fine, except when I press 3, it uses a health potion. So I was just like, God damn it. So That's a really weird design choice when you could have just used the fucking numbers, to be fair. I don't get why they did that. Whether they did it just to be weird, or maybe they thought, oh, it's close to the buttons, it's going to be more convenient. No, it's not. We all got a fucking 1, 2, 3 fucking brain rotted in. Not QRF. Yes, maybe the first person shooter, but it's not a first person shooter. Go away. And like, it uses the F keys for some folks. It's like fishing is F3. And you switch to fishing mode. It's just some really weird shit is going on. In most games, you would just equip the fishing rod and be like that. But the way New World does it, you have like your armor set, and then you have your like your clothing set, and then you have like your weapons, and then you have like your crafting tools, and you have it all equipped at the same time, and it's really fucking weird. But I'm having fun with it despite all of that. The tutorials are not great, but they're better than they were. Very much so. The graphics are pretty much the same. Performance is fine. I wasn't able to get you a frame rate counter, I'm sorry. The one in-game is the most distracting thing in the history of the world. It's like, you remember War Games? You remember that Matthew Broderick movie, and you saw like with the Whopper sort of working out percentages and shit like that. It's kind of like that. I'm just like, that is too distracting for me. I mean, the frame rate is in there, but there's a whole ton of other shit in there that doesn't need to be there. And it wouldn't let me put Afterburner on over it. So, there you go. Oh well. Anyway, guys, I mean, it is better than it was. If you have a PlayStation 5 and PS Plus, apparently it is available on PS Plus, so for nothing. So you can go and check it out, no problem. Don't like it, obviously don't play it anymore. But it is free to check out on there. I'm not sure actually how much the base game is. Let me check. I will go and look, because I am, as usual, completely unprepared for this. Oh no. The bloody store page. Bastard. There it is. Oh, I got it. Ah, don't stop. I don't want music. Go away. So, Standard Edition. Wow. Okay. Standard Edition is still £50. You can buy your Deluxe Edition for $66.99, which will get you the Rise of the Angry Earth for cheaper. Yes, still £50. That's not great. That makes it quite difficult to recommend, in fairness. You know, if it had dropped in price to where it should actually be, like to something in the level of, I don't know, maybe a Grim Dawn, something like that. I mean, this really should not. I can't. $49.99. It's ridiculous. That should be the price for a full new release game. I know it's not, but it should be.
But you're looking a little haggard, if you don't mind me saying
dear,
so.
that's a problem. I was all ready to come at this and be very positive about it, and that's just kind of really soured my whole experience with it. Is £50 for this Standard Edition? No. I mean, maybe 30 for the Standard, maybe 50 for the Deluxe, where you get the DLC as well. Maybe. That's a conversation I would be okay having. But, £50 for Standard, that's awful. Just, if you've got a PlayStation, get it on that. You're getting 50 quid's worth of content for free, apparently. Jesus Christ. That sucks ass. Let me check. I will check Game Pass. I will see if it's on Game Pass. I'll do it live because unprepared. Yeah. Let's see. It is not on Game Pass. Hurrah! So there you go. If I guess my recommendation would be is if you got a PlayStation 5. Or you'd bought it previously and dropped off, give it another go. Give it a chance. Because it has got significantly better and I am having fun playing it. I'm not sure I can in good conscience recommend a £50 purchase for it though, because that should not be as expensive as it is by a long shot. I'm almost certain that's what I paid for it when it came out, like 3-4 years ago. That's ridiculous. Oh well, if you've got, you know, if money not like, if you don't care, which is increasingly fewer of us nowadays, but if you don't care, you've got money to spend, then go for it. Why not?
Welcome
I mean, I think I'm having fun with it. I think it's a much improved game. You know, go for it. Why not? If you want to, you know, £50 nothing to you, then do it. But like for the rest of us, I probably would recommend it. Oh man, that really.
And frankly,
I wanted to be coming back and say, yeah, it's like we got a new No Man's Sky here. You know, he's risen from the ashes of their failure and done something good. And they just had to fuck it up with greed. Well done, Bezos. Fucked another one. Jesus Christ. Good job. Okay, that's me done. Sad. Anyway, guys, catch you next time. Take it easy.